People always say, just be confident, but confidence isn't something you wake up with. It's something you build. And honestly, it's a lot of work. I think people underestimate how much work it actually takes to become the version of yourself that you admire. Because confidence isn't about feeling good. It's about repeatedly acting in a way that your old identity finds uncomfortable until your nervous system updates. For me, it started with self-expression. There were so many things I wanted to do that I felt like was too much, like wear acrylic nails, wear makeup, wear color contacts, dress the way I wanted, express myself without shrinking. Every time I wanted to do those things, there was this old voice saying, people are going to judge you. You're doing too much. Who do you think you are? Those weren't my thoughts. Those were old programs installed by years of comments, criticism, and trying not to stand out. So instead of waiting until I felt confident, I did it anyway. Not once, over and over again. Every time I went outside, I dressed how I wanted and nothing catastrophic happened. My brain collected new data. The old prediction was, if I'm fooling myself, something bad will happen. Reality kept saying, no, you're okay. Every repetition weakened the old program. Eventually, I stopped arguing with myself. It just became normal. The same thing happened with my self-esteem. People think confidence comes from compliments. Mine didn't. Mine came from rebuilding the way I thought about myself. I had to intentionally expose myself to healthier ideas. I watched people who talked about confidence. I learned how childhood experiences and social environments can distort the way you see yourself. I questioned beliefs I had accepted without realizing it. And every time I caught an old belief that no longer serves me, I replaced it with the one that actually matched reality. None of this happened quickly. It took years. Not because confidence is complicated, but because you're rewiring patterns that may have been running since childhood. That's why growth feels slow. You're not learning new information. You're replacing an operating system, and that's exhausting. There are plenty of moments where I would have been easier to go back to being smaller, but back to blending in, back to dressing in a way that made everyone else comfortable. But every time I kept going instead of retreating, I became a little more free. And that's the part people don't talk about. Freedom isn't the starting point. Freedom is the reward. One day you wake up and those old voices are quieter. You stop asking for permission. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop performing. You simply exist the way you wanted to all along. And that's when you realize confidence isn't a feeling. It's what remains after you've repeated courage enough times that fear is no longer running the program. So my question to you is, what version of yourself have you been waiting to become confident enough to express? And what if confidence is actually built by expressing it first? Thanks for watching.